Welcome back to Hardcore Ultimate Iron Man. I'm just collecting some stuff that I need for another quest. Getting bullied by this dragon with a dragon fire. We've got all sorts of things. We got ropes, we got lights, potions, gold bar, a bronze pickaxe, since our pickaxe is currently in the looting bag. And the last item we needed here, some dragon bones. I mean, technically it's not the last item, but the last item we can get while we're doing the quest. That should be good. So let's make our way to Yanillian. Just starting this quest is a difficulty in itself. The tower guards won't let us go up this ladder because it is private property. One of the few times that that's stopped us before, but still. We will not be denied. We're climbing up a trellis into the second story window here. And then these guys don't care if we go up another ladder to talk to the Watchtower Wizard. I'm not a guard. I just came up here because I could. Got any adventure in here? A little bit. They've got problems trying to protect the town here. But the Watchtower isn't working. What do you mean by that? Typically for a watchtower, you just watch. But this is a special magical watchtower using a fancy spell that wards off the ogres. They don't know how to make the spell again. And the crystals that are supposed to be powering it have been lost. Or taken. Or even stolen. So we'll start the Watchtower quest. I will offer my services here to look around, try to find some clues about who could have taken the crystals. We can go look in the bushes as a classic location to find clues. And also the guards will let us just come up and down now. Not like they can stop us. Not like they can stop us at all. Out here, we've got tons and tons of bushes. All full of random interesting things. Come over here to the corner. We can get fingernails. They're disgusting and terrible. But actually, exactly what we need. The guards are still going to talk to me while I try to come up here, but they're not trying to stop me at least, so here we go. These fingernails of any interest to you? Exactly what we needed. They belong to a scavid. A scavid is a servant race of the ogres. They're gray, and they lose their fingernails often. They're in the caves in the Feldip Hills. Why they're over here? Well, it's clearly to have stolen the crystals, but what should I do now? We can't look in the caves yet because they're really, really complicated. So we're going to need a map if we want to try. The ogres probably have a map. But in order to get the map, we're going to need to get into their city of Gutanath. And that is going to be a difficult task. In order to get into the city, we need to get something to let the guards let us in. There are some ogre settlements around here, not inside the city, that we can go and check out. So that's a good place to start as any. Just to the west, we find our first ogre tribe, and their leader, Og. I want to go into your city. But if we do something for them, they can help us out. They want their gold back from Toban. He's got a key to the chest where the gold is. So if I get him his gold, I'll have his support. Right nearby here, we've got an island with the next ogre bunch. The ogres nearby, the leaders, aren't aggressive, which is convenient. If we come over here, we can talk to Guru, offering our help to him. See what he wants. And he wants us to find Gorad, his enemy, and knock out one of his teeth. I think we can accomplish that. Also, while we're here on this island, we need to grab a Jengerberry, because that'll be useful later. To get to the last group over on this island is not the most straightforward thing. The bridge over there is out, so that is not going to get us over there. So we need to find the cave entrance, and that is this way. Down here, to the southwest, we have a cave entrance that goes a very long way over to here. Here is Toban, the third ogre leader. And he will help us out if we do something for him. Something easy, like bringing him dragon bones. We've got them, just like I said we would. And as a reward, we get part of a statue, which we can put together once we have all three pieces. We use our key to get Toban's gold back. And then we find Gorad, and we're going to knock one of his teeth out by murdering him. Hopefully they're not too mad about that. It's not exactly what we said we were going to be needing to do here. It's going to be a tooth extracted. So they should have been more specific if they didn't want this. We are a warrior by nature, so there's really never another option here. We picked his tooth up. Also got a Ranar seed there, which I'll be taking. Very cool. And now, we need to return to the other two. We could go back through this way, or we can just take the fairy ring, conveniently located now in our house, over to Yanil. It really is super convenient, because now we're right where we need to be. We've got the tooth, we've got the gold, so we can turn these in for the other pieces of the statue. Did not expect to get that Ranar seed though. We'll go plant that up with my arm, top of Troll Stronghold, because that's disease free. Uses on the branch. Swing over. And get the final piece. He also had a statue piece. Or he had one of the crystals. There's a pillory guard. Don't need him. But now we have all the pieces of the relic. We need to take them back to the watchtower. We just can't figure out this incredibly complicated 3-piece puzzle, I guess. That's fine. The plan is going smoothly. We've gotten 3 pieces of the statue here to make into one special relic. Magically assembled by the head wizard here. It looks interesting. We also have this crystal. Do you want this? No. So now, it's time to make our way into the city proper. The entrance to the city of the ogres is pretty easy to spot. What with all the ogres and ogre standards and torches. Coming up this way, we can talk to the ogre guards who are blocking our way into the city. We have a sign of friendship here with our relic. So they will let us into the city. And what is the first thing we're going to do with our new access to their city, which we have proven worthy to access? We're going to steal from them, proving once and for all that we should never have been let in here. We got a rock cake. Delicious. We can't eat this though, because even though it's called a cake, it is still literally a rock. So we would break all of our teeth if we tried to. Pushing further into the city, we try to climb over this battlement, but this ogre guard doesn't want us to. We've already proven ourselves, but not to him. So he wants a gift. The gift is the rock cake. It's his favorite. So we can go over. Yoink. Next obstacle, a broken bridge. Going to jump over here, but the guard wants gold. You want 20 pieces of gold to let me jump off of a bridge? Yep. Fine. Very strange requirements to get in here. And then we're immediately attacked. Leave me alone. The higher level city guards over here. I want access to the Scavenge Caves. And to get that, we get a riddle. Bring the item, and then we'll get what we need. Starts with a simple riddle here about the letters that may or may not be in the word we're looking for. 9 total letters to work with. And then at the end, he just kind of spoils the whole thing by saying that it is magical. So it's obviously a death rune. And we get the Scavenge map. Very cool. Now, we can head to the Scavenge Caves. Ow. Once we get back out of this part of the city. The Scavenge Cave entrances are all around the area. But the first one is over here. It's also very dark. And that's what the candle's for. So we're going to talk to the scared Scavenge, who speaks in a Scavenge language. Doesn't want me to hurt him. And we want the crystals back. We don't really trust him, but we will get something out of him. If we just sort of make friends, I suppose. The mad scavids are the ones that have the crystals. It's in their cave, but they won't talk to us until we learn the scavid language. But the ogres won't let them tell us anything. So we need to go talk to the other scavids. All we're getting for information to start is the most common scavid words: ar, nod, gor, ig, and cur. How exactly we're going to learn a language with 5 words exist as our only bit of information is questionable. So we go bother the other scavids nearby. Biddeth Tanath. Which of the 5 words is the correct answer? Cur. Cur. Okay. Biddeth Tanath Cur, I suppose. It's a bit of a mess. Then we just need to run to all the other scavid cave entrances and get the answers to them. Gorker. Gorker id? Huh? Gorker R. R. Arker. We're just going to go along with the assumption that if they respond, we did it right. Curbideth. Nod. No. Gore. No. Ig. Biddeth ig. Okay. Whatever. I don't know what we're saying here. I don't know what we're actually doing. Since we only have 5 words we're working with here, it must be simple phrases. So I hope we're not saying anything weird. It is the dangers of not exactly really learning a language here. Another scavid. Kenneth Gore. How about nod? Gore nod indeed. Okay. And run away from this ogre. I think that should be 4 words we found. Is that enough? Might be enough. Let's head over to the mad scavids then. This ogre guard wants a bar of gold. So we can easily give that to him. Run on in here to the cave entrance. And this is where the mad scavid is. Arker. We've learned more words now. Gore. I speak a little scavid. I would disagree with that, but here we go. The last of the crystals are in the enclave with the shamans. One of them is in the sacred rock, and there's nothing we can do about it. While we're here, we can pick up a cave nightshade. That is a medium task. And we probably need another one here still. Could just hop worlds. That'd probably be the fastest way. Picking up item spawns off the ground. Always a good time. Also, here we have a hole, which we're going to jump in. That brings us all the way to Yanil, which explains how the scavids were getting over here. Let's go see if the Watchtower Wizards have anything to tell to us, now that we have 2 of the crystals, and a bit more information. We now know about the Enclave. That's probably where we'd want to go next. I can navigate the Scavy Caves. And now I'm going to go deal with some shamans. We should not deal with the shot. We need to deal with the guard to get in there, using the Cave Nightshade. But then, don't mess with the shamans and dragons. There's dragons in there. They're pets. Oh boy. Back into the city. Back in Gutanath, we need to get access to the Enclave. That is, we're right down here, past the Enclave guards, conveniently named. So we're just going to give them some Cave Nightshade and sneak past. Down in here, we've got the shamans. They are very strong. Resistant to Dragonfire. Can hit 75s. So yeah, definitely don't want to mess with them. We just need to get through here without bothering anybody and report on what we've seen. Here's the rock that we were told about earlier. They also have demons. It's just a lot of stuff going on in here. And somehow we managed to come out of this entrance. The tunnels here are very confusing. Okay. We have access to the Ogre Shaman's Enclave, but they are far too powerful. So we need to fight their magic with magic of our own. A potion made of guam leaf, jengerberries, and ground bat bones, which he will then enchant. Use the ingredients in the wrong order, and it may explode, so don't mess up. We already have a guam potion unfinished, so we just put in some jengerberries and the ground bat bones. Bring the potion back to the wizard here, and he infuses it with magic to create the magic ogre potion. We have easily high enough magic level to use this, and with this we can defeat the shamans. So now it is back to the Enclave. Heading back to the Enclave again. Once again, Cave Nightshade, which they really don't like. Sneaking in. And it's time to destroy some shamans. Magic ogre potion on an ogre shaman. And they literally melt. So that's pretty crazy. So much for their magical powers. Yoink. Goodbye. 2 down. We're just running around here, melting people. This is an incredibly powerful potion, just made with guam. Oh, and here is the messenger for King Lothus. We can now do regicide. Not right now. I'm busy melting ogres. Maybe later, guy. Also getting attacked by dragons. That's okay. Melt. Ow. And looks like there's another one. Ow. I should be playing Protect from Melee here a bit. That's fine. And that was the last of the shamans. And they had the crystal. And then while we're here, and all the shamans are dead, we can mine the crystal for... We can mine this rock here and get the last crystal. So that is all 4 collected. Getting out of here and heading back to the watchtower. We are victorious over the ogres. Literally wiped them out. And we have all the crystals. So now we can activate the shield generator. Just need to put the crystals on the pillars. And we are good to go. One here. One over here. One over here. And one over here. Pull the lever. And the shield is up. Very good. And we get our rewards. 4 quest points, 15,240 magic experience, 5,000 coins, and Watchtower Teleport. Just need to read the spell scroll here. Watchtower Teleport. A pretty decent way for us to get down here to Yanillian. And it uses runes we already have in abundance, so that's good. The king's message says to go talk to the king. We'll deal with that later. And we don't really need the Scavin map. We can get that back if we need it. But while we are here in Yanillian, there is another thing I want to unlock. Over at the Mage's Tower. Wizards Guild? Magic Guild? This place over here. We've had access to this for a while, with our magic level being high enough. But if we try to come up here to the top and trade the wizards, we can get Mystic, and that's perfectly fine. But they don't really trust us with their other magic supplies. We need to complete the hand in the sand. And so we shall. We need to do a little bit of glass blowing for the items we need for this quest. I mean, technically we could have just got the 2 vials somewhere else. But since we're going here to make a lantern lens, easy enough to just make the vials too. And another one. 2 vials. There we go. The last item that we needed. White berries. These are just lying on the ground in the Elven Lands and the Wilderness. But we obviously can't go to either of those locations at this point. So, we came over here to cave crawlers. Only had to kill a couple, so that wasn't too bad. And now, we can go start the quest. We start over here with Bert, who is having problems and will almost certainly be losing his job. He works at the sand pit nearby, and he found a severed hand. So that's clearly not a good thing to be finding. We need to go talk to the captain of the guard who is drunk in the nearby pub. And we can help him out. He gives us the sandy hand to go bring to the captain. Right over here at the pub, he's very drunk. We give him a beer, so he will help us. Here's a sandy hand. And we need to figure out whose hand it is. And then he drops the hand in his beer and fishes it back out. He thinks it's probably a wizard. It's always the wizard's fault. So we can go talk to a wizard and find out what's going on. He's just in here, being drunk, telling us to go talk to wizards. Also, the hand is soaked in the beer now. Don't know if it washed off all the sand. It's probably fine. Ring this bell to get Zavistic Rarv out here. Wave the hand at him and ask him if he has all of his wizards. Have they been murdered and their hands put in some sand? Might belong to a wizard. We will see. He notes that Bert has been working very long hours recently. And he recognizes the hand as coming from Clarence, his student. In order to find out what's going on, we're first going to investigate what Bert has been up to, digging in the sandpit at very odd hours. So we head back to Bert. Okay, Bert. What can you tell me about your job? His boss's name is Sandy, of Sandy's Sand Corp in Brimhaven, and he hauls the sand from there to the sandpit. He's got his hours changed recently, correct? Not by his account. He's got his rota here, which we can see is from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. all the time. Now we just need to go check this with the original in Brimhaven. Here is Sandy. So we're just going to search his desk here. And his rota here has changed this last week. Starting 3 hours earlier, ending 4 hours later. For the same pay, of course. And while we're here, we're going to pickpocket some sand. Unsurprisingly, Sandy of the Sand Corp has sand in his pockets. Who would have thought? But now we have some more information. The hours have, in fact, changed. And Bert didn't notice? Strange. Bert really doesn't remember the change. And he blames magic leaking from the Magic Guild. It's probably wizards. Everybody thinks it's wizards all the time. But he also did get a magic scroll that glows with an inner light at his house. So that does seem to be wizard related at any rate. So we can take this back over to the guild and see what they can make of this magic scroll. The hours have changed. Sandy had the original. And we got this weird scroll. Seems to be this scroll is used in a mind-altering spell. Perhaps Sandy has something to do with this. Very, very suspicious. So now we're going to be given a scrying orb and need to go make a truth serum with Betty in Port Sarim. Once we have that, we'll be able to ask Sandy some questions and figure out what's going on. To Port Sarim. I used the Rat Pits minigame teleport to get over here. It was very convenient. I need a truth serum, Betty. All she needs is an empty vial. Fills it with water. Now we need to make a rose-tinted lens with pink dye, which is red berry juice and white berries. Put that in here. Add this one. Now it's pink. On the lens. One rose-tinted lens. And now, we just need to stand in the open doorway and focus the light on the vial on the desk. And that will make it a truth serum, where the light of truth will shine. There's the vial. Here's the rose-tinted lens in the doorway. And there we have it. The truth serum. This look right? Last thing we need is something personal from the person we're going to use it on. Namely the sand. Now we just need to dilute it in something like coffee or tea. And then we'll get some answers here. 1 truth serum in a coffee mug. We should probably distract Sandy first, though. There's a small parrot outside your window. Or rather, mutant herring are going to drop from the sky. He goes to check that out. And it's in here. We wait for him to drink it. Now we activate the magical orb to record Sandy and all the truths he's going to be spilling. Why did you change Bert's hours? Or rather, why are the hours different? It's because he changed it. Why doesn't Bert remember? Because he made a wizard cast a spell so Bert would believe anything he said. For money, of course. And then he killed the wizard, chopped him up, and sent his body in the next loads of sand. My goodness. My goodness. Well, that's all I needed to hear. Back to the wizards. Everything is coming together. We've got the recording, and we're going to teach Sandy a lesson with 5 earth runes and a bucket of sand for reasons. And here you are. We already have the things. Fantastic. So we get a new spell here, cast by this wizard, which brings sand directly to the sandpit, filling it up automatically. Interesting. No more work for Bert. Is that a good thing? Hey. Either way, we need to go check some sand pits. So we need to go to Entrana, which, as per usual, is a huge issue for us. We've got equipment in the looting bag that can't be on Entrana, so we need to go destroy it. To the wilderness. Oh boy. Yet again, the only way to get stuff out of our looting bag is to destroy it in the wilderness. So we're getting as prepared as possible here. Destroy. And then pick up all our stuff. And get out of the wilderness. Okay. Now, to Entrana. As per usual, for our Entrana runs, we've got our tradable combat items sitting on a table. Then we run over to the docks, where we can drop our droppable, untradeable combat items. Then we can take the boat. We got 10 minutes on the table, assuming nobody picks it up, and 2 minutes on the floor, nobody can pick it up. So just need to run over here to the sand pit on Entrana and talk to this guy right here. He knew we were coming, and he has a head from this sand pit. And that's the only reason we need to come to Entrana here. Only annoying for Ultimate Iron Man. Well, it's slightly annoying, but you can put stuff in your bank for other people, so yes. Entrana, always a thing. Pick up our staffs. Go pick up all our other things. At this point, losing any of these items isn't a huge deal, except for the Dragon Scimitar would be pretty annoying to get back. Besides that, we're pretty much fine. Still holding the Dragon Mace for now. See if we want to do anything with that. But that is the last thing we needed. So we can go and get this done. I think a severed head is a lot worse than a severed hand. So here you go. The guards have arrested Sandy. And that's quest complete. 1 quest point, 9,000 crafting, 1,000 thieving, access to the Wizards Guild rune store, and a secret reward from Bert. There's 54 crafting, and 1350 total. Not bad. This is a very nice rune store. It's got lots of different kinds of runes. The law runes are cheaper here. They've got blood and soul runes. Some battle staffs. Overall, the runes are cheaper than with Alley. So that's very nice. We'll be coming here for future rune restocking. Let's go talk to Bert, though. Said we had a secret reward from him. See what he has to say. Walk in here. Hey Bert, good news. The pit refills itself. Ain't that fun? Less so. He doesn't have a job anymore. But the wizards are going to pay him a large pension for all this mess that he was in, so he can retire. But he really loves sand, so he can do anything he wants now with the sand. He's going to offer to haul buckets of sand for me. To my bank, you say. Fantastic. Send 84 buckets of sand to my bank. Go for it. I've got no free space in my bank. I think you will find I have nothing but free space in my bank. Although, all the free space is nothing. So presumably that's how they make it so you can't send things to your bank in any weird way on an ultimate. Just make it so it is impossible. See if we check here on the medium Ardoin diary. We've casted the teleport. We collected the nightshade. We visited the tower. Anything about Bert? Ah, here it is. For Ultimate Iron Man, it's changed to fill a bucket with sand. Right here. Unfortunately, we don't have a bucket. So we'll have to deal with that. And the rest of the Ardoin Medium Diary. Next time. Goodbye.